Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. Happy Sunday. I am actually going to do this video very quickly and then I'm going to go out and possibly look at 3 different open houses because there are 3 houses that I wanted to look at that are on the same street. So this should be super easy if I have the energy to do it all. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I don't want to buy any of these homes, but I just want to start looking at open houses to get back into the groove of it because I've obviously bought and sold my dream homes in the past and I haven't done it in a while. So I'm going to read this question though from one of my clients regarding whether she should reach out to her mirror soul or not, and going to intend that this is going to help you guys. So before I get into it, if you love me, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want me to be your coach to help you manifest a change with your specific person, whether you guys are in contact right now or not, it doesn't matter. And I actually might bring up another thing with one of my other clients. We're on the package. We just met and he's now in communication and the communication is increasing with his mirror soul. So I might talk about that too. Anyway, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Go to the website, coreunion.com, book whatever you want to book. And then my scheduling assistant, Olga, will get back to you with my next available session. Kim, I have a question. I tend to ask my mirror soul to spend time with me first. He asked me last time a week ago. Do you recommend I keep asking, or do I just step back and wait for him to come to me as I do the inner work? I've tried for a year to change the dynamic back to a relationship, but I've been stuck in the cycle of every couple of weeks spending wonderful time together, only for it to go no communication in between the weeks until the next time either one of us asks. So, right there is something here that when you guys spend time, because it happened previously a year ago, somewhere along the line, you were believing that you were slipping into no communication. So if you're believing that you guys aren't communicating steadily and consistently, then that was reflecting back to you back before you really understood what manifestation was. So that caused the the pattern that you were experiencing. But it's only because somehow that was tapping into back then your old self concept of maybe, the things that we went over with our session, basically, of your old programming that has nothing to do with your mirror soul. That this is the actual purpose. This is why it's so beautiful, the experience that we have with our mirror souls. Okay, you have to really realize this, and this is for everybody. Any pattern, any cycle pattern that you're sick of because you want it to reach the next level with your person, I get it. But you have to step back from it and see that the pattern itself was reflecting the old self concept. And this has nothing to do with your mirror soul. But that's the only reason that the pattern happened, because you fell for it. You fell for the 3D illusion. And that's it. You have to remember that your life, your 3D, is always, always, always going to mirror you precisely and perfectly. When you are in contact with your mirror soul, communicating with them isn't messing with the middle, but you do it with a certain level of trust and confidence. So the energy that you would be communicating from isn't an energy of thinking that you could potentially be rejected. And then after you communicate, you continue to stay in your end. What happens is we communicate, and this is understandable. I'm not going to lie here and say it doesn't happen to me or hasn't happened to me, but you communicate and then you get caught up in the 3D. This is a great temptation. It's the illusion of separation. So this is why you just have to be super present. So you reach out, but then you go back into your trust and you immediately go into the energy of them, that they immediately responded and that you guys are spending time together. Does this make sense? I know it's very tempting to kind of just go right back into just living a normal life and just living in the 3D, but you have to make it normal that you are present and realizing that life is always a reflection and your mirror soul is always going to be perfectly reflecting you. So if you're wavering and not knowing if I reach out, Ooh, like if you're waiting there and you're like, I don't know, they're not reaching out anymore. Maybe they don't want to be with me. Maybe they don't want to spend time with me. That's all insecurity, right? That's wavering. If you're wavering, then your mirror soul is wavering. So all of the things that you are feeling out of concern and fear of reaching out, your person is feeling that too. So, anyway, I've tried for a year to change the dynamic back to a relationship, but I've been stuck in the cycle of every couple of weeks spending wonderful time, and then we go no communication. So, trying to decide if I've been messing with the middle too much throughout the last year. The last year, you may have been messing with the middle, but reaching out to him is not messing with the middle. If when you reach out to him, you're reaching out to him from being the wife, knowing that if you're in a loving and healthy marriage with him, right? You're the wife, he's the husband. When you reach out to him in that stable, secure, confident, poised, loving, nurturing, divine nature energy. And when you reach out to him in that energy, and I don't mean this isn't pretend, this isn't an act. Oh, if I say things in a certain way to sound like I'm those things. No, you can't fool anything. It's how you actually feel. And I'm sorry, but it's the energy that is behind the actual communication. So if you get all of your energy in that place, so you are completely like you are in harmony within yourself, you know who you are in your reality, you know who you are to them, you know how you feel about them, you know how they feel about you, go ahead and communicate. It doesn't matter. Pay attention to how you're feeling, then your mirror soul's feeling that too. When you guys are wavering a lot, everything is instant. You're shifting back and forth in different timelines, and everything that is happening with your manifestation is also wavering. The analogy that I gave is with the cut flowers is when you have flowers in a garden and you've cut them off at the root and you put them in a vase, they still bloom, and then it's a matter of time, they're going to wither away. That's just like with the old story with your 3D. The old story appears to be alive sometime, even though you've already shifted and you are in the timeline. You are in the timeline of the marriage. But maybe in the 3D, you get the opposite a little bit, or in your mind. It's just the bloom of the cut flowers. Don't freak out. Let it wither away by not constantly observing and waiting for the response and waiting and wondering, how do they feel? Do they feel the same? Am I going to be rejected? Are we in no communication? Do they want what I want? They're not answering. I don't think this is working. I don't think anything I'm doing is working. That is you remaining dominantly aware and expanding exactly what you don't want. So technically, you're doing a lot of inner work for what you don't want. You are affirming for they don't want me. They don't want to talk to me as much. They don't want to see me. I always have to be the one to first reach out and this and that because you're taking action and then you're like waiting, wondering. Don't do that. Live from the end, stay in that energy, reach out when you're in. And I'm not saying, by the way, if you do your inner work and you have moments, like say that most of the time you're wavering, but then you do a saturated session of inner work and you're feeling all good. In that moment, don't just go reach out because if you haven't been sustaining yourself, embodying the wish fulfilled in your confidence and strength and love for yourself, and knowing that they love hearing from you, that they can't get enough of you. They feel you in every fiber of their being. They feel you in their bones. They desire you. You want to know that just the way you have that level of passion for them, you have to absolutely 1,000,000% see that they have equal desire and passion and love for you too. When you're in that energy dominantly and you want to reach out, go ahead and reach out. But then, even after that, after you reach out, don't fall back into being an unconscious creator. You need to remain conscious. Now that you are awakened, you have to stay awake. So, being awakened means that you always know that your reality is always reflecting you no matter what. So be who you want to be, make a choice, make a decision, stick to it, and see everything and everyone in your reality in the highest and best, in pure, unconditional love, and allow yourself to experience everything that you want. I hope that this video was helpful. Please receive this message below with anything you want to say. Reach out to me if you need me. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. Bye. Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.